This will change everything. Big crash. Johnny Gardner, Stephen Baker, Michael Cantle, Trey Ray Lyons. There's your pole sitter. There's Colt Luigi. They make contact in the wall. They go. Cantle gets spun down into Stephen Baker. There's the damage those two receive. Look at some of the riders going through the middle. Jennifer Buford hits the 14 hard. There's the 99 coming up again, the 42 and the 18, who I think the 42 may have gotten lifted up off the ground. There's right there, 99 came up and got the 42, got up onto the safety barrier. Luckily, did not go upside down. The car came back down onto the ground, but they're beating and banging, trying to make it work. Back there, they're 5 wide behind. These drivers, around they go! Eli Bryant to it. It's the big one. Knight spins across the track. Gets the 24, the 9, the 89, the 5. 5 wide does not work here. Kentucky just get a little close up into each other. Around they go. Hard contact there. And then there's the 00 getting spun up into the 52. The 52 spun to the 5. There's the 89. The 24 gets in the 6 lead, but I think the 6 just drives through. And then Eli hard down into the inside wall. There's the 90 Landon Lyons doing a great job to avoid it. The 88, the 9. We know the 5's in it. Jeff Bright may have gotten some damage, so he should be all right. But man, that was close to being 4 of the 5 Junior Motorsports cars in that big crash. Some contact around they go. You can see the hard hits there. And look at Eli come shooting back across the track. Right there, he's trying to get it straight, and he's on the gas hard and just shoots right back across the track. Trying to get down low, contact into the wall, he goes in around! McDowell around in front of the field, there's some hard crashes! The big one in turn number 3! So many cars involved! Gardner right there, there's the 18 getting into him with Trey Rainey. The 16 then spins across into Gardner. He gets the 99 Max Anderson. Anderson goes up the track and hits the wall head on. Jay Jefferson Bolin gets involved. There's Landon Lyons. Eli Bright. There's where Baker gets his damage. And it's on. Justin Knight gets hit into it by, I believe that was Colton Yo. Yeah, it looked like Colton Yo and Knight may have gotten involved. There's Jefferson again. Oh! 20 up off the ground. That's where Buford got his damage on the 41. Looks like the 19 Jake Galloway came in there flying. And that's where some of those guys got their damage. Like, so many cars were involved, and they're actually about to catch a lap car as well. Or maybe lucky that this yellow did come out. Look, the hard hit for Max Anderson. Some guys did a great job getting away unscathed. Some drivers were right in the middle. And you can see some of the cars flying. Oh, there was Galloway getting lifted up off the ground in that crash. I almost have to wonder if something happened where it maybe popped out of gear or something. Because he got going again. It was kind of going back up to speed. Just gotta wonder what happened. 19 you could hear actually got hit right there. That's a pretty hard hit. He sees a hole down low and Jay Jefferson kind of emerges. He has it slowed down, but just you can't slow a stock car down like that. Jay Jefferson, the 28, just run over by the 78 Riley Spraywood Tube, and they go down. They hit the wall hard. Look at the hit for Jay Jefferson. Wow, up off the ground. 78 Riley Spraywood Tube, also a hard hit, but Jay Jefferson taking the worst of that. 3 of Anthony Lehman saw that pretty up close and personal. And here comes Bill Seaman in the 98. He just kind of shoots down. The 51 comes up just a little bit higher than maybe the 98 was anticipating. Those two go hard to the wall. Kukulon gets spun around right there and gets some heavy rear end damage once he backs into the wall. Then the 98 comes down and into the path of the 24, then the 33 and the 44. So Bowers getting involved in that crash from the top 10, sets him back there and gets him involved in this crash. He was just involved in something that was unrelated to what happened here. My car's doing a great job of getting low right there. Rocha, pretty close. He had all that damage from the crash before. Carson Deeper and around go a few. Is that the 7 going around? The 88 of Eli Bright. Yes, it's Nichols that's in the air down the backstretch. Sebastian Kukulon comes across the track and gets you. Pez, Joey Trickle, there's Eli Bright, some others into the inside wall. And then they make even more contact right here, and there's just no room. The 33 and the 20 make contact. 33 comes up and around goes the 7, and basically the rest of the field. There's the 80 of Eli Bright getting into it. There's the 7 lifted up off the ground by the 18 of Trey Rainey. And the rest of the field just in it there. There's your Pez coming across the track with Kukulon. The 0 hits the 25. Trickle saves it. Kukulon then gets hit right there with the 0. And so many cars involved. There's Colt Luigi. There's Charles Robert trying to get by. So we'll go from a few different camera angles so let's see who gets damage. Jay Jefferson did a great job. He got down low but saved the car, and he keeps his foot and it gets away from the crash. And Nichols up off the ground behind. I don't know if those cars on the inside bounced off the inside wall or not. There. Looks like they go around. There's Seaman and Jeff Bright. There's Kukulon and then get bounced back across the track. Jeff Bright does it the inside wall just a little bit, but not very hard. Jefferson did a great job saving his car right there. And look at some of the cars in the middle. Colt Luigi's right in the middle of it all. I think he may have gotten on the brakes enough to get by. Wreck! Turn 2! cars up on his sides. The 48 Jonathan Wong. We're racing back, and the whole field is just wrecked. It just evolved from there. You can see the 5 wide there. And the 51, the 28 making contact down to the 39 up into the 24. There's where the 42 got damaged. And look at those hits hard. Wong up on his side. Luckily, it does not go up and over. But from there, so many cars involved. Wong gets back down on all 4 wheels. But my gosh, what a big crash on the backstretch. So many cars got involved that were actually ahead of how it first happened. And my gosh, some hard hits. There's TJ Hanley taking a hard dive into the outside wall. He's getting hit a few more times. Greg Lee's in the middle of all that. I think he's all right. He got that car stopped. Oh, crash! Middle of the field! There's a car on its side made by Trey Rainey. 2 cars on their sides. There's Bullen, there's Jefferson, there's that Sanders rolling down the track. Trey Rainey rolling down the track. Synchronized flipping at the front. Here just gets a little squeezed. The 28 may come up into the 74. And then the 18 11 ride the wall. Then you can see Trickle, he was down low. He kind of just slowed down to make sure he didn't get hit. But a wild ride for the 18 Trey Rainey. He's on his side. He'll go flipping down the racetrack right here as he comes off the wall. And that's pretty ironic that 2 cars did the same thing right there. The 11 and the 18 both at the same time riding the wall and then flipping down the racetrack. And somehow not one chaser was involved. You see all the chasers around here. The 22, the 00, the 52, the 20, the 89, the 25. There was about 5 or 6 chasers that could have been involved in this crash that somehow were able to escape it. And somehow only 4 cars sustained damage. And a little bit, just got a little too high and pushed Bullen up. That's a hard crash right there. Yeah, Jay Jefferson's never had luck here at Auto Club either, so obviously once again that bad luck striking at this racetrack, and you can see the 11 and the 18 taking their similar tumbles down the racetrack. Big crash, Jeff Bright's involved, and the 78 Riley Sprint 2 goes for a tumble here at Texas. Nichols involved again. And clips him down into the grass, and that 1 car goes for a spin through the grass. Look at how fast he's going sideways through the grass. Comes right back up. Look at Jonathan Buford. Your points there does get some damage. Clayton Thompson, the 5, gets damaged hard into the wall for those drivers. Joey Trickle comes in. There's TJ Hanley just bouncing off. Canto Spraytube then goes for a tumble after getting hit by Wong. There's Sanders. Here comes Bowers, pile driving into the 48. There's Nichols in the 7 into it. 3 of the 5 Junior Motorsports cars involved in this one. Jonathan Buford, your points there, does sustain some side damage from this. He does keep it out of the wall, though. He should be able to continue on in the race, but there's the flip right there. Riley Spraytube taking a hard tumble down the front stretch. See him holding the brake. Just wasn't enough, and hands probably off the wheel at that point, so the wheel's not even turning. Right there, finally gets his hands back on the wheel, noticing he's not going to get hit again. And Crown Crowd's the 6, and Lee gets taken for a wild ride, but that's on the apron. The Target Series officials keep it green. And right here, Lee taking a spin. He saves the car. I believe he might come up right here into a few others and cause them to be involved in an accident right here. Let's see. So the 6 on the apron getting it going again. That was a great save by Greg Lee. I believe, though, he might come up. It already started, but the 01 got turned. And then he comes up into Miller. He's on the apron right here. He comes up, and Miller can't let off, and into the wall hard go those 2. Looks like the 52 keeps it straight. He comes down the track, gets hit by the 42 and the 44. And then others, oh my gosh. That's a hard hit for so many cars in that. Actually surprised no one got lifted. A few more looks at it. Miller, I don't think, could have really done much there. Hard on the gas and can't let off. Oh. Right there, that 6 hit that 01, that's a very hard crash. And the 6-2 sliding in there and hitting the 01 again. See the 01 come up, get that 52. Galloway gets low, Jefferson, some others get low. But the first 5 or 6 got low and away. And right here, look at this hit right there. Oh. And some others come flying, and that's Buford hitting Eli and then into the 01 of Arocha. It looks like they might just get a little close and physical here. Yeah, it looks like that 44 chased the 18 up at the track, and they get in with each other. Into the wall hard for those 3. Hanley gets the worst of it, and then they come off the wall, and Luke Rainey has nowhere to go, and he nails Trey hard, and TJ Hanley upside down, and the 18 on 2 wheels, but that car gets set back down to earth, but Hanley takes a nasty tumble as they come down the dog leg. Luckily that car lands back on all 4s, but my gosh, what a hard roll. Luke Rainey's Seaman also involved. And they're just running around the back too, and they were racing pretty hard trying to gain spots, and 4 of the cars back in the 30s get taken out right here. Hanley's definitely done. Seaman might be all right. And right there, contact with the 07 and the 14 up into the 46 of Alex Stewart. Hard on the wall for those drivers. And the drivers that are just back there involved. William Seaman going around. There's Max Anderson. Here comes Andrew Miller into it. Nowhere for him to go. And then the 16 hadn't missed. Andrew Miller out of control of the racetrack. Gets into the 4. Gets into McDowell. Right there, the 07 up off the ground. Up and over he goes. Flipping around the racetrack goes Alexander Rowe. That's a hard flip for him. McDowell gets hit right there. He might go upside down. The 16 car upside down. Look at Rowe still flipping up and over. The 07 car, there's Miller involved in the 52. Here comes Michael Canto in it. He nails Danny Lloyd. McDowell up off the ground again. He ends up on his lid. It goes back up and over once again. So a huge crash for so many of these drivers. Hard to the wall. Johnny Gardner barely misses it. Look at the 07. Get flipped right there. Up and over he goes. Flipping wildly down the racetrack. And then McDowell gets kind of tipped over by the 21. But then he gets hit by the 14. 14 gets in the 21. Up and over goes to 16 again. Around goes Jeff Wright. Yepes gets spun around. Into the field. The zeros upside down and barrel rolling down the track. A horrible crash. Yepes is in the fence. Pirouetting. And it comes back down to earth. But the yellow flag is out for a big crash on the front stretch. That's the big one. He's up the track, and here comes Greg Leach, who's inside. The 1 kind of comes off the wall, and there's run out of room there. Around goes the 0. He gets spun around fast. There's Cantrell getting hit by the 99. Then the 0 comes up and gets into Bill Seaman, and it just almost flips through the air and then keeps flipping into the wall, pirouetting. There's Johnny Gardner spinning back there. There's Cantrell spinning. Eli Bright in the 88 does a great job avoiding that, but then the 0 pirouettes, and it comes back down on all 4s. But a tough break for Yepes. It just been making his way forward, and right there's the hit, and around he goes, and hard into the 98, and nowhere for him to go. The 7 did a great job, but Nichols, the 88 of Eli Bright, we mentioned, did a great job. Like Clayton Thomas may have missed it. Trying to see some others that maybe got through it. 2 to go! They're still hitting! They're still running around! They go! The leaders, all the leaders are involved! Kukulon gets away the 20! They're still crashing! Stewart edges at the line right there to lead. And then they run out of racing room, out of the tri-oval, into the wall they go, and look at the 01 up off the ground. And then all the cars involved. Kukulon just on the inside gets away. Buford in the middle of it all gets away. And there are so many cars involved in this. A big crash going into turn 1. Car still piling. Bowers up off the ground, never goes up and over. Oh, there's Luke Reagan hit hard by what looked to be the 8. Here comes Sanders. He hits Yo hard. And it was on from there. The second on the inside lane gets away. And imagine if he was spun up in front of the field and got Jeffrey Buford. Who would be able to correct their car in time to get out front and win? It's a big crash. It's Eli Bright driving through the middle of that in the 88. That's amazing there. Leads, contact rubbing into the wall they go. And the whole field's involved. Kukulon gets away. Some others. Troy Trickle went through the grass, drove it through the grass to get away. There's Buford driving through. Eli Bright in the 88. And some others flying. Hanley went around. It's a big crash. A lot of cars. Crash, the smoke. You can't see anything because of how thick the smoke is. Drive it down low. Oh my gosh. He never went below 100 there, and he made it through that crash. It's an amazing job by Eli Bright. Sanders turned around to Luke Rainey, who goes around, night into the outside wall hard, and a lot of cars involved. Big one here in the Pepsi 300. Some cars slide into it. There's a car. Oh, there they go. That's definitely this 23. Stephen Baker just landed on the 19. I think I may have saw the 42. Yep, the 42. And there's another one. Can't tell. Is that the 41? Jonathan Buford, who's also in it. Yellow flag is out for a big crash here at Charlotte. And Luke Ray coming by and just gets clipped on the inside, innocent bystander. They shoot up the racetrack. They see the 9, the 48 into the outside wall hard, 22 into the wall hard, 24 hits him. Adam McDowell does a great job just getting through the grass. There's the 62 coming by on the inside, Greg Lee, TJ Hanley. There's Clayton Thomas, Eli Bright. And then right around here, the 41 gets dug, and then that's where all 3 of those guys go up and slam. Then the 23 actually comes back down to earth. I think Jake Galloway is actually fine in the 19, but got landed on. I think he had minimal damage, if that, and then that happening definitely hurt him. And then the 42 and the 41 take the wild rides as they go flying through the air. I think McDowell did a great job getting low. Yepes, I think, got by. Bolin got by. Pound Pound was one of the last to get by. I don't see many back here that aren't damaged. 18 Trey Rainey, Jay Jefferson in the 28 back here. I don't know if he has damage. Everyone got dug into the ground. That's really what started right here. And then he kind of got the 42 in it. I think Colucci was slow, but he just got collected in it. And then right here, I think at some point the 42 is going to hit a wall and just drop down into the infield. Then there's the 41 flipping outside the racetrack. There goes there's where the 42 is. And then the 41 keeps going for a little bit. And then, slams down right there up in the air. And still in the air and lands back on its roof.